Welcome back to the Bros, and we're going to review the safety prospects. And I guess we're going to have another mock draft. Um, but I guess starting out, obvious. I think we're on the Caleb Downs train. Hopefully, he's there at 10, and he can solve all of our problems in the first round.
All of them.
But I don't know. I get that, the NFL as a whole don't really value the safety that high, and there's potential that he could be at 10, but just everything that I can see from his film or his highlights and, him as a person in terms of being a leader, he just seems like a complete package. So realistically, he shouldn't be there at 10, I don't think.
Yeah, I don't think he will be.
And if he is, it would just be criminal for the Bengals to pass up on him because he would just solve so many problems. And he seems like he could be a reinforcer. But with that said, based off of, the other safeties that are in the draft, I feel like if you can't get him in the first round, there could be some good opportunities in the second, third, or maybe even like later in the draft if you want to get more value. Just really depends on how things shape up. Or maybe this is the draft where you can double dip in safety. Because, I highly doubt that they're going to bring back Geno Stone. So, I mean, I would imagine they would sign someone in free agency just to have a backup plan, not really have to rely on the draft too much. But what are your thoughts?
No, I think you're right on. I mean, the second round could be interesting because there are a couple guys that are really good-looking players that could maybe be available at 40. Was it 42 that they pick? That would be interesting because I don't think, like you said, I don't think Downs is going to be there at 10. So maybe they get one in the second round. There's some guys that maybe get in the third or fourth round. So it'll be interesting. It seems like there are a lot of safeties this year. So
who would be your guy in the second round? Or do you think they wait later for value?
What do I think they're going to do? Who knows what they're going to do? What would I do? I would have a hard time passing on the Oregon guy or the LSU guy if either guy was available at their pick in the second round.
I feel like one of the two should be there. I can also see one of the two sneaking in like the back end of the first round.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we can say their names since we have Thieneman or Halsey. I can see if either of those guys are available in the second round, I'd pull the trigger and pick them up.
The guy above him from Toledo, I mean, he didn't necessarily have bad film per se. It's just, playing at Toledo, you're not playing as or against as quality opponents. So it's I would like to see how he test out. I mean, obviously, PFF is high on him. They have him rated as a second safety, but based off of what I could see, I wasn't really that high on him, especially in the second round. Maybe if he falls down to the third, that could be interesting. But
yeah, I mean, for me, I've just shifted my way of thinking about small school guys now. Like, if I'm running a draft, I'm not picking anybody from small conferences anymore, because with NIL, these guys can move around to bigger programs. They'll have money thrown at them. So I just wouldn't take the risk. I mean, maybe you still draft guys like that, but I wouldn't pick them high. I just feel like the college scouting's so good now that all these guys are going to end up at bigger schools, bigger conferences.
Did you want to pull up the spreadsheet, or do you just
Sure,
want to
let's pull up our spreadsheet.
Either way is fine. Because I feel like it seems like obviously the first round safety would be Caleb Downs, and then second round, I think we're both agree would be like Thieneman and Halsey,
Yeah, I think those guys would be good picks in the second
And
round.
then I feel like, well, I guess you have someone in the third round, Genesis Smith out of
I
Arizona.
like him. I think he's a good player. I would be interested to see if they could get him in the third round. I mean, they have him listed as a fourth rounder, so maybe I'm a little too high on him, but I don't know. I also like the guy from Texas Tech, the Wisniewski guy. So maybe you get him in the fourth round, third or fourth round, maybe. But
Yeah,
we'll
I
see. I
mean,
mean, these will shuffle, I think, significantly, especially like guys in the secondary. What when I mean the combines, I think next week, so they'll get 40 times on these guys, and I think like the PFF numbers will really shake up. But I mean, Wisniewski, if you look at him on the big board, right?
6'4".
Yeah, I mean that's the thing that jumps out. He's just a big dude. He's 6'4", 220. He doesn't look like he looks like he could gain weight. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if you draft him as a safety and you end up playing him at linebacker.
Knowing the Bengals, I mean, if he gains 20 more pounds, they put him at defensive end.
Yeah, maybe work him in a tight end.
He can do it all. Yeah, I mean, just watching his film, like I felt like I think PFF had him in the 6th round. I mean, if he's in there in the 6th round, I'd be all over it. Especially if they decide to double dip at safety, which, looking at this draft class, I could see that being a possibility. But yeah, I to me, it seems more like a 4th rounder. It was just kind of, it's like, what am I missing? And then I was thinking maybe he's like an older prospect, but he's still only 22, which, I mean, maybe 5 years ago, that's kind of old for a draft prospect. But, since the COVID years, 22 seems to be not a bad spot.
That's the future of college football.
Yeah. Yeah, especially with the NIL.
Guys are going to be 22, 23 coming out now because they can make a few $1 million and stay in college.
Yeah, and then I guess if we go back to the spreadsheet, I like the dude out of TCU, maybe in the 3rd or 4th.
Bud Clark?
Yeah, because he seemed to be like everywhere and can do a little bit of everything. Maybe not as a solid tackler, but that's the guy that I had. Like, if you're looking for more of a coverage guy, which I think that could pair well with Battle, depending on what you need out of your safety or what you have already in a safety. So I feel like if you need a guy that can just play center field, I feel like he's a good option for that. But then at the same time, I feel like if you're the Bengals, that's why you would want to pick up a free agent safety and have someone as like hopefully a solid starter, right? And then
yeah, I mean,
you probably get a starting safety within the first 3 rounds, depending on how things fall. But I don't know. I could see where a run of safeties can happen, 2nd to 3rd round. So there may not be that starter quality safety coming out of the draft if you wait too long. So be interesting. But I feel like between, was it Halsey and Thieneman, I feel like one of them should be there in the 2nd if they can't get the one. I mean, or Caleb Downs in the 1st. But yeah, I mean, if anything, and what I could remember, I think all the way up to Ramsey, I think it seemed like they all could really like lay the wood. Really solid tacklers, not afraid to go after the ball, which is nice, which I think that's what you need on the Bengals defense. Someone that can either set the tone and not be afraid to tackle people and be a sure tackler. And then it kind of dropped off of that after that. It seemed like all the way until we got to Winanowski. He seemed like another guy that could really be a solid tackler and someone you could depend on if you need someone to either support the run or just tackle, because that was a big theme last year between some of the linebackers, safeties, a lot of missed tackles.
Yeah, a lot of missed tackles. Oh, think of the Chicago game. All right. Cool. Well, you wanna fire up the mock draft?
Let's do it.
All right.
And then I guess as we go, I feel like, after a few more positions, I feel like because PFS has this feature where you can build our big board. So I think we could start filling that in after a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, I think a few more positions. It'll help to have the data too from the combine. So here we go. Wait.
Do you want to do 7 rounds?
Oh yeah. We gonna play some draft music.
Oh yeah, here, let me switch it. Gotta find the right one.
All right.
Is it this one? Yeah.
Okay. In draft mode. Draft mode engaged.
Let's do it.
All right.
Come on, Downs.
All right. No trades, right?
No trades.
Okay. Nope, he gone.
Okay.
All right. So you go corner, edge, defensive interior, offensive lineman. What are you thinking for first round?
Okay, can we go and see who's drafted? Yeah, this would be like worst case scenario for the Bengals, I feel like. Because I feel like Styles might be
Mhm.
pick at 10. I mean, if it went this way, I probably still would do Peter Woods, but I feel like since we already drafted him first, I kind of want to do something a little bit different.
I feel the same.
And I feel like
okay. I mean, why don't we just go top receiver, or I'm sorry, top corner. See how it
we
goes.
could do that. And I actually seen a few mocks where they did have that Delane. It's like flip between him and McCoy as like the top
Yeah.
corner. But let's just try that out. Yeah.
Yeah, I picked him because I'm hyper conscious of our grade.
Fair enough.
Okay, so see who got picked right before our spot. So we got Ty Simpson in the second round. Mesidor, second round. Oh, Thieneman went.
Yeah.
Okay. But who are the other safeties available?
Got Halsey.
Yeah, I mean,
Based off what
I
I
said
saw,
that's what I would do, right?
Yeah.
So let's see what happens. Even though we get a better grade with McNeil Warren, I'm going to go Halsey. You good with it?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, we got corners, wide receivers,
That's a center, I thought.
edge rush. What?
You're looking at Connor? Oh, who was picked? Okay, sorry.
Yeah,
thought you were
sorry.
saying just
Yeah,
Bill.
yeah. Yeah, I was looking at the guys picked around where we're at. Okay. So the board says to get the center. Third round. Feels too early for the Bengals to pick a center. Really don't know what to do.
I kind of want to get the receiver, CJ Daniels.
All right. I mean, that's a very Bengals thing to do. Draft a wide receiver in the third
Or
round.
I mean, maybe we go the best defensive end because I feel like that kind of has to be addressed early. defensive end or defensive
Crawford, I think.
tackle. But
Oh well, let's filter. Edge. Yeah, it's pretty early according to the numbers.
Can you filter defensive tackles or I guess defensive interior?
Yeah.
I kind of want Daryl Jackson because I feel like if we wait too long,
I pulled the trigger. Keep talking.
well, I don't. Well, obviously we'll have a better idea once we actually start looking at it a little bit more. But
yeah,
I can see. Ooh, Bud Clark.
I was just screaming for us to take the guard, right?
Armor, or what about Cyrus Allen? Or is that the guy that's actually went somewhere else?
I don't know. I guess we could.
Do you remember if Allen could return punts?
No, I don't. Why is it not doing anything?
He's 5 foot.
No, he's not 5 foot.
It says 5'11". Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so he
Actually,
might be coming out, but there's I think the other receiver is playing for.
can you like click on him?
What? Oh,
Like in PFF?
Yeah.
I mean, if he can like return punts.
Didn't we already pick a receiver? No, we picked defensive interior.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Does he have a return grade, I guess?
I don't remember him returning punts. I think the running backs usually return punts for the Bearcats, but I can't remember. Reject. I don't know.
Could maybe. I still think a tight end might be a possibility, or linebacker. Doesn't seem like there's any defensive ends. Other one, or maybe guard. Maybe we just.
I'm just thinking about our grade.
Then let's go guard.
Okay. No. Let's not do that. You get the wide receiver, right? Or the
No. I'm comfortable with guard because I feel like that would be a need. Even if they re-signed Reisner, there was that other veteran that we picked up from I think New Orleans that was like a backup. So I mean, if we don't re-sign both of them, we're going to need some more depth. So guard, I don't think it's necessarily out of play. But I mean, it
Wisniewski just went.
sucks.
Yeah, so it looks like you can go edge or tight end here.
Keep scrolling. There's Logan Jones.
Okay, Jeff Caldwell's the guy I thought went someplace else. Then maybe not.
Kind of like edge here.
Okay.
George
Gums.
Gums.
Let's go.
And then, this is where I think maybe we can go receiver. Because it's like 6th round. So they most likely would play special teams.
Okay. Well, this guy is he's 6'5".
Huh.
More of a possession kind of guy. I don't know anything about this guy.
Let's go with the 6'5" guy. I like that because he could be like the backup or the pseudo tight end. Like, you know what I mean? Like he would be basically be a Gesicki. How tall is that first quarterback?
Quarterback? Oh,
yeah, Tailing.
6'6".
Okay, I like the size. Can we look at our picks again? I know we did.
It might take me a while to figure that out. Oh, there it is. Your picks.
Yeah. Okay, so we did corner, safety, defensive tackle.
we went heavy on like one of the worst defenses in college football.
Oh, they should
fit from those LSU defensive players. So we went corner, safety, defensive interior, guard, edge, and then wide receiver.
I mean, backup quarterback might not be off. So I'm just trying to think of like Eads. So I feel like at this point, picking a backup quarterback would not necessarily be out of play.
Okay.
Because as of right now, they don't have a backup quarterback, I don't think.
Yeah.
Any of those names stick out?
Well, Joey Aguilar sticks out because he got an injunction to go back to Tennessee, I think. Maybe he lost. No, it's a guy from Mississippi that's going back because he got his injunction for now. Altmaier, I think I've heard as being like more of a pro style guy. I don't know much about Sawyer Robertson.
How tall is Altmaier?
I'm going to say he's 6'2". Bang.
Okay, I like the taller guy then.
What about Sawyer Robertson? 6'4".
There you go, 6'4".
Haynes King is more of a runner. Castellanos is a runner. I don't know anything about Cole Payton. He's got the most quarterback sounding name though, Cole Payton.
Yeah.
Got your Miller Moss, Diego Pavia. We'll just pick the tallest guy. I think that's what we're doing, right?
Yeah.
All right, bang. Knowing nothing about him.
I mean, it's more like you still need to run through all the different positions. So we don't really just did the safeties, but it's more about like fulfilling needs. And I feel like, I mean, more than likely
Well,
the Bengals are going to get a backup quarterback.
our worst grade was a B minus. That's pretty good. Wait, C plus.
B.
Bottom
Not bad.
39% of Bengals drafts. Dang.
Yeah, and that's kind of why I don't like going corner early. But maybe it was more or less we messed up the second round and probably should have went like defensive end or defensive tackle in the second round, and then try to get a safety maybe in the third or fourth round.
Well, it's because PFF doesn't think the Bengals need a edge rusher.
That's not true.
Yeah, I agree, but I mean they don't think we need a corner. They don't think we need edge. They have a center as a high on the Bengals needs list, which doesn't make any sense.
Yeah,
because they have the Bengals have a starting center coming back. Like I not against him drafting a center, but like I think they like Matt Lee, right?
Yeah, I think so too.
But they're not going to draft a backup center in the first 3 rounds. That's absurd.
Yeah, I could see in the
they wouldn't even draft a starting center in the first 3 rounds.
There you go. But yeah, I think for us this wouldn't necessarily be our ideal draft. And can you click back into that first page or that first round recap? I just want to look at the first 2 picks again. Because I just feel like it's off a little bit. Well, they do have 2 receivers. The only thing I feel like it's off.
This seems about right to me.
No, because I feel like if like at least one offensive lineman is going to be drafted early, like within the first fair. 9 picks.
I feel like Jeremiah Love might be a bit sporty at 4. So I could.
Yeah, but you could put Caleb Downs there, and then I feel like.
I mean, I feel like you're right. Like I think like the way tackles were drafted last year, I find it hard to believe that a couple tackles won't find their way into the top 10.
I really think at the very least the Browns will probably take a tackle. Matter of fact, I saw that they're losing one of their starting guards, that Wyatt Teller, I think, or no, something like that. I think Teller's in his name somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
I saw that he posted that he's basically leaving Cleveland. So I feel like, I don't know. I feel like at the very least, the Browns will take a tackle at 6.
Mm-hmm.
Might be another one either before or after that, before the Bengals. But
yeah, and I mean, we need to try it once where we pick a tackle at 10. I could see that being a good pick.
Well, I was actually kind of thinking that tackle from Miami. I was kind of looking at that. But the only thing I would say about that is that if they take a tackle, then he would be a guy that they think they could start at guard. Because outside of that, it would be kind of a wasted pick in the top 10 to pick another guy that's not going to start right away.
Yeah, no, I mean, I agree with that.
So if they think the guy can be like
your first round pick has to start.
Well, especially in the top 10. I mean,
mm-hmm.
So like there's potential that you could pick a corner and they're going to start because they're either going to be the nickel or the other starting corner, which I don't necessarily get that sense. And I almost feel like if the draft fell this way, I feel like there's a high possibility actually, I forgot there's Peter Woods. I feel like that would probably be the pick at 10.
Yeah.
But if it felt like they may even trade back at that point if it came out this way, because I feel like Styles could be a pretty good option at 10, depending on how things fall, or if like a Bailey or a Bain somehow falls to 10 would make a lot of sense. most obvious choice is Caleb Downs. And then I guess I feel like maybe we should start looking at edge next because I feel
That's
like
what I was thinking. I mean, like the way the board's going, like you would think like maybe you'd have to reach for Cassius Howe or this Falk guy.
yeah, I think edge players would be good to watch next.
Although, I mean, they already have 2 first-round edge guys. Although, I kind of like the idea of kicking what's his face inside.
Francis?
Hmm?
Shamar Stewart?
Yeah, I could see him playing inside.
I don't know. I like Peter Woods. I
Disruptive.
don't think that's too far off. I mean, he's
Yeah.
a tank. Like, and he moves really well for his size, and it looked like he lost a lot of weight since last year. I think he dropped like 20 pounds or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he looks to be in like really good shape for an interior lineman, and I feel like he could come in and be a starter. But I wonder if that would make one of the veteran defensive tackles cuttable at that point. Or maybe it's just, I mean, I feel like if Peter Woods would play a lot if he was drafted at 10, maybe he wouldn't start right away, but he would be heavy in the rotation, I would think. Just depends on how much you think BJ Hill has left in the tank. But I also feel like you wouldn't pay BJ Hill like, I think he's getting like 15 million next year. Maybe it's 12 technically. I don't think you pay him that much money not to play or start. So I don't know. Maybe the most obvious play is at defensive end, because that's where, I don't know. I guess you could say maybe Shamar Stewart could be a starter next year with
Miles Murphy.
Yeah,
I think that's the way it looks.
I don't know. And, it could be linebacker. I mean, maybe Styles, maybe. Yeah, I mean, 3 Buckeyes getting drafted in a row. Yeah, I mean, I'm starting to think Styles may not be a bad pick at all. 'Cause, I mean, he would be an obvious starter.
Right. Yeah. But every mock, I mean, both mocks we've done, he's been picked pretty high. So,
Well, I think he's like the best prototypical linebacker. I think the other guy is more of like defensive end. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I mean, I also feel like Bailey could be there. I think there's a high possibility he will be there, either Bailey or, I don't know. It's hard for me to say Bain, but I feel like Bailey has a good shot to be there. Like Styles, and with a lot of luck, maybe Caleb Downs. I mean, that would, yeah. The more I'm looking at it, like Caleb Downs at 10 would be like most ideal because he's like an obvious starter. Don't have to move things around, and then from the second round on, you can kind of get more role type players. Maybe you can get another starter in the second round, but
yeah, you need to get a starter in the second round as well.
Yeah, well, again, after watching the highlights of the safeties, I feel a little bit better about this class. It seems like there's a lot of people that can bring the wood, and there's definitely value throughout the draft. It just really depends on how things fall. But in terms of our mock draft tonight, I mean, definitely not like the most ideal draft. But then again, it's like, I think as we start to look more into some of these players, you might feel better about this mock.
We shall see. Remember, we're in the bottom third of all Bengals drafts.
Well, I'll take that with a grain of salt because it's like we know how much the draft grades are going to change from here on out. But But it's also kind of like a shot in the dark because we only know what we know based off of PFF grades
Mm-hmm.
and actually, I guess a good thing for us since the combine's next week, a lot of the stuff is going to update pretty rapidly, so we'll have more accurate grades as time goes on. So,
Yeah, I think so.
the draft will continue to, or mock drafts will continue to update as the draft season continues. But yeah, I also don't mind, trying to switch it up a little bit. And I've seen several mock drafts where we picked up this guy from LSU, corner,
Mm-hmm.
Delane. So, and some people think he's the best corner, and I think cornerback might be one of the better values at 10 or as a first round pick, especially if they're really good. Well, I'd say any primetime position, whether it's like corner, receiver, quarterback, defensive end, you can hit them in the first round. It just makes things so much easier down the road. But yeah, I guess, is there anything you want to add?
No.
All right.
Shut her down, man.
Let's shut her down.
Peace.